Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm FATIN Muhammad TAFIR. My group consists of NATASHA, ILYLIYA, NURUL SHAHIDA, NORAINA, AMIRAH, and NURUL IZZAH will present about requirement and prospect labor potential. Okay, firstly, what is program readiness and complete training? Program readiness and complete training means help workforce to develop good work habits that facilitate their ongoing success. Basic employability skills include effective communication, problem solving, resume building, and interviewing. Firstly, communication. Communication for getting and keeping a job requires good communication skill. Second, technology. Focus on developing skills using the latest technology. Third, resume building. Help set career goals and transition to employment by offering workshop, counseling, and resume building advice. And the last one, interviewing. Interviewing focus on help practice answering typical questions during interview and learn what is expected from company during the rest of hiring process. In today's global marketplace, companies and employees within the industry require specialized and affordable training and development to increase their competitiveness. Some researchers define training as a process that applies different methods to strengthen employees' knowledge and skill needed to perform their job effectively. Training will also ensure the realization in creating awareness and integrity of halal process. Ministry of International Trade and Industry Malaysia stated that the inputs and objective for halal trainings program which are provide knowledge and understanding about halal and toiban as defined by the Halal Industry Development Corporation (HDC). HDC, one of the agencies which play an important role in improving the skill and experience of halal industry in Malaysia. Then provide knowledge on the process of obtaining Malaysian halal certification from the right authority. Identify the benefit of halal certification for halal company and consumer, especially Muslim, and find out products are not only halal but also toib in terms of hygiene and nutrition. The next slide lists among agencies and institutions providing halal training and courses. There are three problems has been raised regarding the halal training as below. Generally, halal training programs are important so as to provide new skill in halal management and sharia knowledge in managing halal products and service. With this scenario, many training providers and consultants have involved in Malaysia, providing numerous halal training programs to cater to this halal human capital networking. The main critical problems here are that the halal training program vary in content and syllabus and training duration. Besides that, all halal trainings or program are also not be verified for quality and accredited by a body. Some research stated that the university incorporate halal component into existing subject and suggest including lecture on halal matter into existing course as a way to fill the gap in halal education. This would be more effective and quicker than designing a unique halal course from scratch. Besides having a few issues regarding the halal training, there are also challenges that need to overcome. High rate of turnover is one of the challenges that will be faced by the organization as they need to hire new staff and need to repeat the trainings. From the perspective and view of organization, employee turnover is very expensive. Therefore, the relevancy of training plays a role in establishing employee commitment. Employees enter into training program with specific expectation and needs. The result of training program that do not meet the expectation and need of participant may be lower commitment, negative attitude change, and an increase in turnover. Another challenges is when there are unexperienced employees in the company and a lack of available job suit to inter-level skills. In some labor markets, especially in the developing world, there is simply a demographic mismatch between the number of young people seeking work and the level of local economic activity. So that employers have an important role to play in improving the profile of vocational education for young people. According to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration states that untrained workers are more susceptible to injuries when worker lacks of knowledge and skill required to use equipment and supplies safely. For halal industry like slaughterhouse, they need to make sure the person who are fully responsible in doing slaughtering must have qualification and also skill to do their job. This is to make sure that there is no incident at the workplace when they are doing their job.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NATASHA binti ZAIDI. Now, I will present about the skilled workforce and semi-skilled workforce. But before that, I will explain what is the meaning of skilled workforce and semi-skilled workforce. As we know, the meaning of skilled workforce is skilled and efficient labor in doing construction work as well as being exposed to the use of new equipment and also exposed to new skill. This means they are construction work involved in work that require expertise. The skill level for this worker is often categorized based on how long they have worked in the construction industry. The long working period required by a person to get this status is quite long, which is between 5 to 10 years. Usually, skill work consists of technical graduate or vocational school who are skilled in doing welding work, operating machine and plant, and so on. Meanwhile, the meaning of semi-skilled workforce is workers who have skill in one or more branch of construction but do not reach the level of skill possessed by skilled worker. But usually, semi-skilled labor is an assistant to skilled labor, although there are times when they can produce work that is equivalent to skilled labor. So, this template is about the workforce in Malaysia in February 2020. The labor force participation rate decreased to 68.7%. The labor force participation rate in February 2020 was down 0.2 percentage point to 68.7% from the previous month, but increased 0.2 percent point compared to the same month last year. The labor force this month increased 2.1% to 15.87 million people compared to February 2019. During the period similarly, the working population also increased 2.1% to 15.34 million people. This information was obtained from the Labour Force Survey (STB), which was conducted to collect relevant information, structure, and distribution of labor employment and unemployment. The concept and definition used in STB are in accordance with the standards set by the international body that is International Labour Organization (ILO) through Manual on Concept and Method, Survey of Economically Active Population, Employment, Unemployment, and Underemployment, used by all countries. Now, we go to the advantage of skilled workforce and semi-skilled workforce in Malaysia. For skilled workforce, first, guaranteeing the development of the country and continuous economic growth in various fields such as economy, political, social, and so on. Second is meet commercial and industry need as well as produce a workforce that is capable and innovative, productive, and skilled. And lastly, it accelerate and achieve the goal of national development based on key economy. Meanwhile, advantage for the semi-skilled workforce is able to train them to become skilled and creative energy. Second is able to produce more skilled workforce in the industry in Malaysia. And lastly is can reduce dependence on foreign workers to meet the needs in the primary, secondary, and tertiary industry. Now, we will go to the need of skilled workforce. As we know, there are too many costs or disadvantages if industry in Malaysia does not have skilled workforce. First, it will cause the country to face problem to drive some important industry in the country. Second, unable to advance an organization involved in expanding its empire. Third, the country economy is declining due to the lack of creative skilled workforce. And lastly is focus low revenue collection as well as efficient revenue management within the company. Last slide is about lack of semi-skilled workforce. First is the productivity generated in the industry is minimal. Second is that the deterioration become critical as there is no special assistance from semi-skilled energy. The development of developed countries becomes slow, and lastly is unable to increase the numbers or quota of skilled workforce. Overall, from my subtopic is the question of skilled workforce reduction does not need to arise because job opportunities are always available if those conquer are willing to prepare themselves with the skill for this latest industry. Malaysia's success in driving industry 4.0 will definitely be the focus of many developed countries to invest because we have sufficient skill workforce which will be able to grow business without border. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL SHAHIDA, and now I will continue the next topic, expert and consultation. What is expert? Expert is a person who has specialized knowledge of a domain or discipline. Their abilities in terms of experience, training, educational internship, or a combination. Expertise requires constant effort over the years. This is purpose presenting experienced and reliable practitioners to teach practical applications that are easy to apply to businesses or professions. Consultation is a meeting with a professional or expert for purposes of gaining information or the act or process of formally discussing and collaborating on something. Consultation usually extends to independence, objectivity, analytical processes, extensive skills in pattern recognition, communication, and emotional intelligence. The value of a consultant is to be able to correctly diagnose and effectively transform an often ill-defined problem and apply information, resources, and processes to create a workable and usable solution. For example, when you schedule an appointment with a lawyer to get information on your legal rights. Number two, when you and your co-workers formally meet to discuss a problem. This is an example of a consultation. Common characters for experts and consultation must has very high skill, has extensive knowledge and experience. A professional will be oriented to the future, have an independent attitude, open-minded, being fair, high commitment, able to motivate well, and hardworking. For consulting skills, they must have creative thinking, thinking conceptually and practically, problem solving, communicating clearly and empathetically, collaboration with all job levels, organization and time management, curiosity, credibility, and more. Next, consultation have 5 types. There are operation consulting, business strategy services, investment, sales and marketing, and last but not least, technology consulting. The first type is operation consulting. This is basic types of business consulting services. Speaking to an operations consultant is a great place to begin if you have never worked with a business consultant before. Operations consultants can guide you so that you can add flexibility to your business operations and plan. They also can show you how you can be more responsive to your best of customers. Second types is business strategy services. Once you have a business up and running, you can consult with a business consultant about business strategy. This type of consultant can help you plan a roadmap that will address your long-term objectives as well as the immediate needs for your business. They show you how to incorporate new initiatives into your current business model and upgrade your processes and technologies. If you want to achieve a specific level of growth, you need to set an appointment for this type of consultation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NORAINA AMIRAH and I will continue with the investment. An investment consultant can show you how to invest in the best initiatives for your particular operation. An investment consultant can also be relied on to create a portfolio of investments that will optimize your company's capital and ensure ultimate profitability. Sales and marketing. Without sales and marketing professionals as part of your business team, you won't have any customers. That is why it is very important to learn more about how to hone their skills. If your sales and marketing departments are not meeting their objectives, you need to call in a sales and marketing consultant to learn their expertise. This consulting professional can assist you in developing the right system to obtain sales and retain customers. Next, technology consulting. Relying on technological consulting is paramount to your success operationally. Even if you have a talented staff of IT professionals working for you, you still need to obtain help from a technological professional. If you want your business to stay up to date with the latest technologies, you cannot afford to go without this type of advice. An experienced technology consultant can make it possible for you to take advantage of the latest software and keep up to date in the current business marketplace. Next, the benefit of working with consultants. First, they can bring objectivity to an organization. Their fresh thinking can help to restart projects that have lost momentum or that have become bogged down by infighting. Second, consultants can focus on one project or issue. This is because they are not weighed down with other responsibilities as in-house managers can be. This can bring clarity to a project, especially when a deadline is looming. Third, a consultant will work with you for a short time and with the aim of delivering a specific outcome. If you're not getting the result that you need, it's usually easier to terminate a contract with a consultant than it is with a permanent member of staff. Why need expert and consultant? It is an advantage of getting a second opinion if the result of ongoing issues, complex problems affecting the viability of your project may be resolved by a qualified second opinion from an expert. Qualified consultant combine years of experience with real-life lessons learned in situations similar to the challenges you may be facing. This enables consultants to determine solutions that are applicable and effective. Next, fresh perspectives can avoid ineffective observation. Solving problems not only requires experience but also a definite degree of methodological creativity. By providing fresh perspectives on a particular subject matter, qualified consultants can save time, money, and avoid possible setbacks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL binti ROSLI, and I will explain about local and international cooperation.
This report by Mahathir Abdul Malik in Haran Metro memenuhi tenaga kerja abad ke-21. The problem of high employment due to the mismatch of skill with the labor market among young people is not longer something that can be underestimated, but is the biggest challenge that needs to be addressed worldwide, including countries in the Asia-Pacific region. Based on this fact, ECET 2015 drafted 8 agenda focused on the empowerment of education, technical and vocational training (TVET) as contained in the Kuala Lumpur Declaration to prepare to meet the need of job market and be able to adapt the challenge of 21st century. It was presented at the Asia Pacific Conference on Education and Training 2015, which took place 3 days in the capital last week and accepted as the first document of the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO on TVET. It sets out 8 agenda that will determine the progress of technical education and vocational training based on the evolving employment pattern in Asia-Pacific region. One of the agenda is to improve the quality of TVET and its relevance to the Chinese need market so that job demand and supply are more balanced. This means member states that change and expand TVET as well as pay more attention to strengthening between revenue and changing labor market need. This effort should be done through the study of the labor market, the involvement of the private sector, fostering interaction between stakeholders in the field of education, the world of work, as well as entrepreneurship. Okay, next slide. Report by Malaysia Kini. Kerajaan tumpu usaha pembaruan pasaran kerja. Okay, in this report, Dr. MOHD said, Talent Corp already support Malaysia aspirations to achieve a 59% participation rate for women by 2020 through initiatives such as Women Return to Work Market Program, which received prize at the 2016 World Women Conference in Poland. And also, Dr. MOHD said TVET will change the situation in addressing the industry need for knowledgeable human capital that can enhance national global competitiveness. Among the initiatives by the government is the government have several initiatives to empower the type of talent in Malaysia, including the instructor training program led by Talent Corp, together with the Ministry of Education and Graduate Development Program for Employment Generate 2.0 under the Human Resource Development. This slide from Berita Harian. HDC plan to promote 700 Malaysia professionals in halal industry to the international market. This means Malaysia have cooperation with international agencies in terms to fulfill halal workforce for halal global industry. The halal workforce will be needed for the company halal operation as well as technology exchange with 4 countries such as Japan, Korea, Taiwan and China.
That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.